Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 26th. We're going to jump right in here. You have this card that says win-win outcome is forecast. You have this other card that says the energy is gaining momentum. I definitely feel things are speeding up for you, or that you are very focused on, manifesting things very, very quickly into your life. And this could be a new life, which comes up for you in every single reading recently. I would say that it seems to me like you are trying to manifest a new beginning. You even have this right here, this cosmic egg card. The cosmic egg kind of reminds me of the world card. It's a card of achievement, or kind of wrapping something up. And it seems to me like you're just ready for a new beginning, or you're trying to create some sort of new beginning here. Something that's going to be much more like fulfilling, or that's going to lead to a lot more fulfillment in your life. And so for a lot of you, I feel that this has to do with work. Like there's something that either you're working on or working towards, and you're hoping that this is going to be a win-win situation. I also get something about like chasing your tail as well. Damn, look at this. You have this self-made card as well. I'm telling you right now, like, I don't know, it is a very successful time for you here, Aries, I would say. And it looks really, really good. I mean, you've had Jupiter in your second for a while. Jupiter will be leaving in the middle of the year, like June or whatever it is. And what I would say to you is that Jupiter energy is great, but sometimes I feel we don't get the rewards until after the planet leaves the sign. So again, you might Jupiter is in, Taurus in your second house, but maybe you're not seeing the rewards, or you're not getting the rewards. I like to think of astrology as just like guidance and, energy that we're working with. So while a planet is in a sign, it's like we are learning, we're learning from that planet in the house that it's in. So it's like Jupiter's in the second in Taurus. So it's like you're learning how to work with that energy in your second house. And after it leaves, it's like you've learned how to work with it, and now you're putting it into practice after the planet leaves. And, that's popping into my head as important. Some of you might be even have said to yourself, like, Jupiter's in my second. Why am I not getting the rewards? And there you go. That's why, because you've been probably just learning how to use the energy, and now you're putting it into practice. You have the Magician, so you're probably manifesting things very, very quickly. You have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning, and it is also out with the old, in with the new. You can see this castle right here is crumbling, and it just represents a passionate new beginning. So I feel that for a lot of you, there is something new here. I feel like you have dealt with a lot of situations that are fly by night, I would call it. The Knight of Swords plus the Ace of Wands can represent something that is like a flash in the pan, something that happens in your life very quickly and then disappears just as quickly as it showed up. Could be love, but could be anything. And so I feel a lot of you have dealt with situations, relationships, people, whatever, that are kind of like a flash in the pan, that just show up and then disappear just as quickly. And let's see. Sorry, this whole entire deck is upside down. So let's see. With the Magician, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Yet definitely manifesting success in your life. Again, it's not going to just magically happen. You're going to have to put the work in to make it happen, or you're going to have to do something new. I also feel for you, Aries, and have felt for you for quite a while, that if you're making a change, like moving, getting a new job, or changing jobs, just changing habits as well, reinventing yourself. The Magician can represent reinventing yourself. If you're doing any of those things, that's where the success is going to come from. So, obviously you're going to have to change your story. I am also a huge, huge fan of Aries doing anything that is an upgrade. It's like if you could. And it's kind of like, hard to say, without knowing every single one of your situations, it's hard to know exactly what to tell you to upgrade. But what I would say is, if you have a job, like, upgrade your skill. Can you become more skillful? Can you make yourself more valuable for your job or for your career? Same thing with your business. Can you upgrade your skills? Can you become more valuable to like the people you serve or whatever? Any of that stuff would be very successful here. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is, can represent love, so I do feel like there is love that could be coming in for you here with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is also, some sort of offer. You see that fish in that cup, and the fish in the cup kind of represents an opportunity that you need to grab onto very quickly. So I feel for a lot of you that there's something that you need to grab onto very quickly, and you need to bring it down to earth, whatever it is. I kind of feel, again, that you've been thinking about doing something back and forth. I have not really a back and forth energy in my head, but I would say that I think that there are times where you think about doing something with your life, and then there are other times where you don't. And I know that sounds back and forth, but it's not. It feels different to me. It's almost like maybe sometimes you think, oh, I'm going to move, from where I live. And then maybe other times you're like, no, I'll stay here where I am. It's like that type of energy. And I feel that for whatever reason. But I feel like there's a big opportunity in a new beginning for you, Aries, specifically. Look at, you can't make this up. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Chariot. The Chariot is kind of like full steam ahead, charging forward. The Knight of Swords is going this direction. He's running away from something. And the Chariot is more focused on the future. And the Chariot is moving away from something. He's leaving the city that he's from behind. And so it can represent leaving one thing behind so that you can have something else in your life. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Deer card and this Cosmic Egg card. The Deer can represent like generosity, and you have this other card that says generosity on it. So, clearly generosity would be a good idea for you. For me to say that more, I would prefer to see the Five of Cups or the Nine of Pentacles here as well. But it seems to me like generosity could be paying off for you here with the Deer spirit. It's also a card of spring, so we're getting very close to spring. I have no freaking clue how we're already like 3 months into the year. That's pretty crazy, but for a lot of you, there are probably going to be a lot of benefits coming up this spring for you and around your birthday time, and moving forward and throughout the rest of the year. So I see a lot of prosperity for you. The Cosmic Egg can represent a transformation or some sort of change. Like I said, it's more along the lines of an achievement. We actually see 2 achievements here because you have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands can, sure, blah, 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 marriage, right? It can represent marriage, but really, the Four of Wands can represent an achievement. It's like a finish line card. It can represent finishing one thing and starting another. You have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores, so I feel a lot of you could be moving on to calmer shores here, or, going from one thing to the other here with the Six of Swords. It's like you're going from one shore to the other shore, and I feel this is going to lead to a lot of success for you with the Six of Swords, so love it. I think that I really don't feel much on the Six of Swords is what I want to spit out here. I feel more the Six of Swords is kind of like talking about the Chariot, just leaving the past behind, moving forward. You have the Queen of Pentacles, major focus on your resources. Again, having Jupiter in your second, Uranus in your second, can definitely kind of put a focus on your resources. I think that Uranus in the second is very challenging. Uranus in the second is, sometimes like you can experience moments where you make a bunch of money and then all of a sudden you owe a bunch of money. I always tell a story that, I'm a Pisces. We had Uranus in our second years ago. And when I had Uranus in the second, it's like, I remember one time, like I desperately needed money and I made almost to the penny the exact amount of money that I needed to pay for something for my car. And then I need money to pay bills as well. And I was left with like pennies in my bank account, right? So it's like, that's Uranus in the second. It's like, you can come up with an idea, which I did at the time. I came up with an idea, like I desperately need money. I came up with a business idea and it made me like almost exactly the amount that I needed. And then it went right out the door, right? So Uranus in the second is not always very comfortable, and it does teach us something about our resources, how to expand our resources, how to deal with unpredictable resources as well. It's like, yeah, it sucks that they're unpredictable sometimes, but it can be a good thing because you can make a bunch of money, but it can also be a bad thing. But it's really a learning lesson. You're just learning how to deal with that and like what to do next. Again, that taught me, that time taught me so much. It taught me about, stabilizing my finances in the first place. It taught me how to save money. It taught me how to set things up in my life, like other business ideas that aren't just like a flash in the pan, like the Knight of Swords in your reading. Taught me to do things like long term and all that other stuff. So again, if we work with the energy, we get the rewards. And the Queen of Pentacles, probably for you, it isn't that bad having Uranus and Taurus, by the way, because when Uranus was in my second, it was in Aries, which is like the worst place for Uranus to be, right? And so it was like extra chaotic. With Uranus and Aries and Taurus, it's not so much about like losing money and all that other stuff. It's more about stabilizing your finances, stabilizing your values, and also finding freedom through your values. It's like there are things that you value in life, experiences, situations, people, places, and things. The list goes on and on. And it's about creating a life of freedom where you can have more of those things in it. So it's a little bit different. But you have the Ace of Cups here. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, a lot of happiness. I do feel like there could be love here. It doesn't really seem like a major love week this week, but Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, you have the Empress here. Someone finds you attractive. Definitely could be a love week for you if you want it. With the Six of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Like, you've been trying to do something for a long time. I almost feel like it's time for you to like upgrade and diversify, right? It's time for you to take something in your life to the next level, which I say to you every single reading. I feel like that's what all your readings are about, though, Aries. Really, that is what you're doing. So, it doesn't surprise me that it's coming up. With the Queen of Pentacles, damn, you have the Ace of Pentacles. 3 aces right here, which is great. Multiple aces is a definite new beginning. It's also a definite yes to any question that I haven't answered. But the Ace of Pentacles is a big, opportunity coming in for you. And so I feel for a lot of you that there could just be a big opportunity coming in for you with the Ace of Pentacles. Something that's going to lead to a lot of success and growth and abundance. With the Ace of Cups, are you kidding me? You can't make that up right there. Damn. 4 freaking aces right there. I couldn't make that happen again if I tried. So, there you go. Big victory. You have 2 cards of victory right here. Ace of Swords is a big victory. This could also be communication right here. Like if you have your eye on a person, or if someone has their eye on you, obviously this could be communication. Definitely could be an air sign, because you have the King of Swords here. I do feel it is a King of Swords type person. Doesn't have to be an air sign. It could just be a person who's very mature, hardworking, someone who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom that you are attracting into your life. And this looks like a victory to me. There's 4 aces. All 4 aces is a definite, is a definite kind of like new beginning, or starting something new. Also, by the way, the Magician, he has all 4 aces in front of him. So these are the ace versions of the suits that are in front of him there. So there's clearly some sort of powerful new beginning going on here. Again, I don't think I've ever had a reading with all 4 aces in a while. You have the Strength card, and it definitely not touching like this. Sometimes they'll show up like all over the place, but not like this. You have this Generosity card as well. This is what's coming towards you. I feel for you that you just feel like the universe is a little bit more on your side with that Generosity card. You feel, to me, as if you can come up with an idea, you take action on it, and you see progress. I feel for a long time that you've been trying to do things and you haven't been getting the progress you desire. This has made you stronger with the Strength card, but I do feel it's been annoying. You have the 2 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. So, I feel for a lot of you that you are working hard and playing hard. Just that simple. I feel like you're putting the work in to make things in your life happen, and, that's pretty much that. 2 of Pentacles is also about putting energy into one thing and then, taking that energy and seeing what the result is. It's a figure 8 right here on the card. So, this year is an 8 year. I've been begging people this year to really pay attention to what's working and what's not working, and to double down on the good stuff. Again, I see it all the time. I work with a lot of people. I work in a bunch of YouTube groups as well. And just as a side note, in every single group that I've worked in, or, worked with other people in, I see so many people that do something that is working, and then they stop doing that to do something that's not working. So we all do it. I'm super guilty of it as well. I'm far, far from perfect. And what I would say here is that I think we just need to pay attention to what's working at this time, because again, I think that we have a lot of exciting, innovative ideas, Pluto and Aquarius, but also we need to make sure that we're doing the things that have always worked, right, in all areas of our life. And again, that doesn't mean we can't try to innovate and grow. We should be doing that. But, I would tell everybody, I think now is the time to follow the other 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time, do what works, 20% of the time, innovate, try new things. But, for the most part, do what works. You have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands, of course, can represent marriage, and I do feel like there clearly could be a new beginning with a very powerful person here. This looks really nice, especially having, 4 aces, that Page of Cups. It could be a Capricorn or someone with a lot of Capricorn in their chart as well, but, it looks like a very solid, connection. It could be really someone who is very well connected, or it's like you're both very well connected. The energy seems very balanced. So that's if you want love, and even if you do want love, or even if you don't, I kind of feel like the 4 of Wands is saying that you are setting yourself free, or you are very focused on freedom. The 4 of Wands is a card of freedom in the tarot, so other than representing marriage, obviously, it can represent setting yourself free from something that you've been working on and having a victory, which we see right here with the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands also kind of suggests that you've been through a challenging time. This guy here, he's on this horse, he's on his high horse, and he's moving away from his horse, and he's having some sort of new beginning. So I feel for a lot of you that the 6 of Wands is saying that you're having kind of a new beginning after a difficult period of time. Again, the story of him is that he's been to war, and now he's coming back from war. He's being celebrated, but he's been through something very difficult, but now he's having a success. And, again, this reading is very simple. That's basically what the whole thing is saying. With the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, like I would really, really weigh up things. He's looking at what he has grown. He is looking at his result and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Am I getting out what I have put into this situation? So I think it would be an amazing time for you with that Two of Pentacles. What I said about the Two of Pentacles isn't really what it represents, but I read intuitively. And, again, I was getting something there. I literally said it, that there's something there about you really needing to weigh your options or really need to make sure you're doing what works. So again, I think it's an amazing time to just, practice, in work and business and your health and your love life, take an action, try something. If it works, great, keep doing it. If it doesn't, get rid of it. And, but I would really make sure that you're paying attention to that with that card. With the Four of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from one thing so you can have something else. We have two cards here, Eight of Cups twice right here. Some of you could be walking away from a marriage, but I would say that, if that message is for you, that you already know that that's what you're doing. It's like you already know that you're doing this. For others, I feel like you could be walking towards, some other new beginnings here, or you could be walking towards something new with the Eight of Cups. And I don't I'm hesitating because I feel weird about the Eight of Cups. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I read the Eight of Cups as a good card because you're walking away from something that no longer serves you. But I'm getting something else here. I'm not quite picking up on it. I'm going to move on so I don't waste your time, and we'll read it in the next row. With the Six of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is putting in work, getting a result. The whole entire reading is saying you're putting in work, you're finally getting a result. So you've been putting in hard work. Even we go this way, looks amazing. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. That is a mouthful. And it's also a lot of success. So I feel whatever you're working on, you're finding a lot of success. You have this artist card. It says creative endeavors can help you improve your cash flow. Yes, anything creative that you can do would be amazing. I'm also getting that would be an amazing time to invest in your own business. So again, if you work for yourself or if you want to invest in your business, I'm getting something like a purchase or something. Again, that's not going to make sense to all of you, but if you're purchasing like a piece of equipment, that type of investment that's going to help your business, this looks really, really good to me. But again, of course, I think we're in a time where, don't spend all your money, right? I tell everybody to be very careful right now with spending money for obvious reasons, I think. And, that doesn't mean we shouldn't invest in ourselves. I just think we should make sure that we're making a wise investment. So make sure to do your research. Again, all that Taurus energy, especially in your second house, right? Taurus really is slow, steady, wants you to make sure, especially that you're doing things of value. Taurus is quality, quality items, quality goods. So it says if you're making an investment, make sure to research. If you do research and you really look into it and you say, oh, I really need this, whatever, for my business, and it seems like a good idea, then do it, right? But if not, if you do your research and there's a bunch of bad reviews on something you want to purchase, don't do it, right? You have this self-made card. It says you will become successful or rich by your own efforts. Damn. Yes, I feel like you are self-made here, Aries. Looks amazing. This is going to be good no matter what shows up here. You have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you're walking towards happiness, joy, good, new, positive, new beginnings. I have all sorts of random stuff popping in my head here. So that looks really good to me. There is something here, though. Again, I am getting something about eclipsing something out. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. Right here, you can see, and we do have an eclipse coming up in March. So, there could be something here, like that time frame, the end of March. There could be something happening for you in your life, or there could be a big decision. Some of you could be moving in March or something. It is popping to matter. Or if you're making a move, it could be like the end of March, the beginning of April. Although, April 1st, I mean, the universe is messing with us because April 1st, April Fool's Day, is day one of Mercury retrograde. So, make sure to do your research. As I said, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords, I do feel this could be a person coming in for you. Definitely air. This person, if they're not an air sign, they probably have, a good amount of air in their chart, or there's probably something that they have, going on, like an air Venus or, an air Jupiter or something like that. But, it doesn't have to be, but it is popping into my head. King of Swords, someone like wise, someone who has a lot of wisdom, someone who's like a mentor as well. So definitely could be a good person. I feel like this person finds you very attractive. Again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I do feel you are showing up as the Empress. I just feel you're showing up as abundant, successful, or just creating more abundance in your life in general. Very abundant reading. So, 4 aces looks freaking amazing. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Star. Yeah, love it. Really good. Again, don't be afraid of something's being eclipsed out of your life. You know, you have a lot of cards of moving away from something. Six of Swords, the Chariot even, Eight of Cups twice, Seven of Pentacles, change in direction, leaving one thing behind so you can have something else. And so if you're thinking about making a change or, you know, if you're thinking about moving away from something, I feel this would be really good for you. With the King of Swords, you have the Magician. The Magician says you're manifesting something down on Earth. You are, and you have the Magician twice right here. And the Magician is also pointing to this deck, we'll say, right here. And you have this card that says knowledge on it. And it says air spirit. Like, you cannot make that up. Look at what that card says right there. There you go. Definitely could be a person who's very knowledgeable. Could be an air sign, like I already said. I think it's also very interesting that it kind of looks like there are these pentacles coming off of this person here. There's a boat on the card. It's like you're moving away from something. There's clarity here. I mean, everything we said in this reading is literally in this card, imagery wise, right? But you have all these pentacle looking things here. So you could be attracting someone who's also very abundant. With the Empress, you have the Nine of Swords, again, coming up in the good stuff. I do feel some of you could be worried that you're going to repeat a cycle with a person, but not the same person. Again, I feel you're attracting a new person into your life, and maybe you're just fearing like, oh, is this one going to be just like the last one? But showing up in the good stuff, I would say no. You have this muddled, unclear thinking card. I feel like this is what's clearing up. I feel for a long time, maybe you haven't been sure like what to do in your life or like what direction to move in or whatever. And I feel like you're gaining a lot of clarity, with this Forest card. You have this Love card, so, I don't know. Do I need to say more? Probably not. You also have this Firecracker card. I literally feel you could be attracting a firecracker, someone who has, someone who is, a firecracker, someone who has a lot of energy, someone who maybe isn't afraid to speak their mind or whatever. I also feel there's a lot of excitement coming in for you. You have this Caterpillar. It says, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. The whole entire reading. Honestly, what I would say also is that Pluto going into Aquarius, of course, there's going to be a lot of change at this time. You have the Star. It says, guaranteed success. Yeah, definitely. Amazing reading here, Aries. Really, there's nothing more to say. Self-made, 4 aces. Looks amazing. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.